Hello, everyone. We're going to share some scenes today from a new screenplay, Muriel and Joyce Get a Boat by PS Lorio. I'd like to introduce the four characters you'll see today as they read selected scenes from the script. Joyce Hauser, a retired school teacher in her 60s, will be read by Gail Snyder. Muriel Chambers, in her 60s, retired clerical from a law firm, will be read by Martie Groat. Bix Chambers, a man in his 60s, retired. He likes to golf and hang with his buddies, will be read by Ron Dundon. Nicole, the stepdaughter of a friend, will be read by myself, Sarah E MacLean. Muriel and Joyce are lifelong friends. They've known each other through school, marriage, divorce, children, and life. It's a peaceful late spring morning. Muriel Chambers is sitting at the kitchen table having a second cup of coffee and playing at an online casino when Bix Chambers enters and tosses the mail on the table.
Who's suing you?
What are you talking about?
You got something from a lawyer. Can't be good.
I don't know. I'll look in a minute. Come on, come on, come on. You got legs, use them. Meh. Third place. Oh, well, it still pays. Bix, you want lunch before I go?
Oh, where are you going?
Margie's funeral, I told you. You know, you could go with me.
Or I could play 18. Nope. Sorry.
Bix walks out. Muriel absent-mindedly puts the mail aside and turns her attention back to the computer. Later that same day, Muriel stops her car at the end of Joyce Hauser's driveway. Joyce gets in.
Shotgun. Remember when we'd all race to get in the car? I've been fighting for this seat since high school.
Well, congratulations. You outlived all your friends. You get the front seat.
Muriel pulls out of the driveway and they begin to drive to the funeral home.
I was just kidding, just trying to get you to cheer up. You've been, well, I can tell you're really bothered about Margie, even though you don't talk about it.
I'm supposed to be sad, aren't I? She was our friend, forever friend. She died. You're not sad?
Of course I am. You just seem to take things harder. Like you go to kind of a dark place.
I've always thought I was pretty dark to begin with.
No argument there. I wouldn't have bet it would have been us.
What?
The last two from our gang.
I know there were times I should have been dead. Remember when Phil rolled his car on 38th Street? We were lucky to walk away with barely a scratch.
Margie said it was like slow motion.
And how many nights did I drive us all home with one eye closed so I could drive between the lines?
I'd have killed my kids if they'd done half the stuff we did.
You were only naughty by association.
What's that supposed to mean?
You always walk up to the edge and stop.
I do not. I jump.
I'm
Sometimes.
not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just you. You've always been a good girl.
Well, you had to have someone to call for bail money.
At the funeral reception after the service, Joyce keeps an eye out for an old friend that she thought she'd spotted. In the meantime, a woman in her 40s comes up to them. Hi, I don't know if you remember me. Nicole, Margie's stepdaughter.
Yes, of course I remember you. I'm Joyce and this is Muriel.
I know who you are. I remember you too.
Sorry for the outburst, but Hard G would have corrected him herself.
How do you think she got the nickname?
Well, we just wanted to thank you for coming. I know it would mean a lot to Mom that you're here.
We're all saddened by the loss.
Is this chicken or beef?
Really?
Lamb, actually. My husband's family is Greek. They did the food.
Okay then.
So, while I have your ear, I wanted to let you know, you'll get a notification from the attorneys.
Attorneys?
Mom left you something. We've been going through her papers the last few days, and she remembered you two in her will.
Us, really?
Oh, sure. She used to tell us how much fun you all had growing up in the 70s.
How you all saw the really good bands without having to mortgage your house to afford a ticket.
Oh, I could tell you some stories,
But you won't.
but I won't.
She didn't have any sisters. I mean, I know you knew that. And I think she always thought of you two that way.
Well, what is it? It's not rude to ask. She told us we're getting something.
I can't really say. I'm not supposed to. It's a legalese thing. Just keep an eye out for the papers from the attorney. And I guess we'll see you sometime soon.
Hey, we will, thanks.
Oh, and there's plenty of food. The folks made enough for an army if you want to take some. I think there's containers in the back.
No, we're good.
She left us something?
She left us something.
They leave with a newfound curiosity and Joyce with a haunting reminder of the past. She doesn't share it with Muriel and tries her best to move past it. In the car driving home after the funeral.
I'll bet it's her Fiesta wear. Yep, I'll bet she's leaving us her whole collection of Fiesta wear. God, I hate Fiesta wear. You know, we're gonna have to look surprised and happy when they tell us we're getting all those ugly dishes.
Well, maybe not. Maybe she had a stash of fancy jewelry and she wants us to have it.
Did you ever see Margie wearing any fancy jewelry in all of these years? If Hard G had expensive jewelry, she would have been waving it under everybody's nose.
Maybe she left us some cash. That would be okay. I'm not mad at money.
Muriel pulls the car into Joyce's driveway.
Looks like the whole clan's home.
Yeah, thanks for driving. I couldn't get my car in if I needed to. You're gonna be okay. You want to come in for a glass of wine or something?
I'll pass. Thanks, though.
The next day, it is morning. Vix comes into the bedroom and throws the envelope from the attorneys on the bed.
Aren't you going to open this? What if it's something important?
I already know what it is.
Well, you want to share the news then, Houdini?
It's nothing. Go away and let me sleep.
One doesn't usually get correspondence from an attorney for no good reason.
Well, if you're so crazy to know what it's about, why don't you just open it?
It's not addressed to me.
Oh, you do still have some Southern gentlemen in you, don't you? Okay, you want to know? I inherited a bucket of money and they're telling me to come pick it up.
Don't be funny.
I'm not. Margie left something to me and Joyce, and we have to go to the reading of the will to find out what it is. Joyce thinks it's her dishes.
Oh, okay. Well, just for the record, I'm hoping for that bucket of money. My putter's about shocked.
A man your age should never say that, Bix.
A few days later, Muriel and Joyce are in the car outside the lawyer's office. They have just learned of their inheritance. The car hasn't moved.
A boat.
So you're not mad at money and you aren't mad at Fiesta wear. How do you feel about a boat?
I don't know what I am at a boat. I didn't know Margie had a boat. Did you know she had a boat? It must have been that new husband of hers.
Muriel, he was new 20 years ago.
Didn't like him then, still not a fan. I bet he's the one who wanted a boat. I bet that's why he took her away up north, so he could sit out on that lake all day and fish, a cigarette hanging from his lip, a cooler, a cheap beer.
Muriel, maybe Margie likes a boat. Maybe she fished too.
Really?
Okay, maybe she learned to water ski. Maybe that.
It's a sailboat. Besides, the girl could barely ride a bike. I'm sure her equilibrium didn't improve with age. Nope. She hates his kids. That's why she stuck us with the boat, because she didn't want them to have it.
Well, that's a jump. Why would Margie hate Bill's kids?
Well, because she never wanted kids. She told me that once.
When?
10th grade. Okay, if she wanted kids, she could have had them with Dell.
He shot blanks.
Well, that's just the story that they put out there.
Yeah, I'm sure that's the first choice alibi for most guys. Okay, then why didn't she have a kid when she got with Bill?
Easy. They already had enough. Why should she throw her hips out of joint just to make a point?
Muriel puts the car in gear and they pull out of the parking lot while they're driving.
How was there this whole side of Margie that we didn't know about?
People change, and women tend to become what their husbands want them to be.
That's not true. Otherwise, you'd be a golf whore instead of a golf widow.
I am an exception.
You're something, all right.
Love you too. You're smart never to have gotten married again.
Why is that?
All they want in the end is a housekeeper and a whore.
You know what we have to do?
What?
We should go see our boat.
Now?
Not right this minute.
Well, the way you said it was like you expected me to make a right turn and head to where? Where is this boat we've inherited?
I would assume it's up north. That's where they spent summers.
A little vague. Can you narrow that down any?
I'm sure it's here somewhere. Oh, what's this? I hope you'll love her the way I did. It's the perfect getaway when you want to get away. Love you both forever, Muriel. Aww. Do you want me to hold the papers?
Sure.
Okay then. Want to go see our boat tomorrow?
Can't. Steamship Downs runs at noon.
I thought Bix didn't want you betting the ponies anymore.
Well, good for him. I'm not afraid to put my money where his mouth is. And it's awful hard for him to keep track of what I'm doing from the 19th hole.
I'm sure in your head that made sense. Okay, the day after, I'll get the directions.
The boat is a pleasant distraction, and Joyce tries to repress the haunting memories that have haunted her since Margie's funeral. It's the day after next, about 8 a.m. Muriel is in Joyce's kitchen while Joyce gets the directions to the marina where their boat is kept. She looks over Joyce's shoulder while she's looking it up.
How far is it?
It's up in Traverse City. It's going to take us about 3 hours to get there.
What? I didn't pack an overnight bag.
Keep your voice down. The kids are still asleep.
Jeremy's still in the sack?
Yes,
I can't believe a job can't find him.
Asher works. He didn't get home until after midnight.
It's going to be hard for him to support both of his parents.
What do you mean?
Well, you're not going to be around forever.
I like having them here. It's better than always coming home to an empty house.
Touche.
I didn't mean anything by it, Muriel. I'm the one who hates to be alone.
Everybody hates to be alone. You ready to go? We got a lot of road ahead of us.
Muriel and Joyce go to see their boat. And although it's a lovely boat, they decide, particularly since neither of them knows how to sail, to sell the boat. That is until one morning. Muriel is at the door when Joyce gets out of a strange car and heads up the driveway.
Oh, it's you. I couldn't figure out who was pulling into the driveway.
Good morning to you too. Good morning, Bix.
Those kids of yours drive you up and out of the house already this morning?
Do you have to tell them everything?
She's my wife. She has to tell me everything.
You have a name that sounds like a breakfast cereal.
Southern mamas have been naming their baby boys unusual names for generations. It's where we get our character.
Oh, I don't have the patience to squabble with you. Muriel, I don't want to sell the boat.
What?
Boat? What boat?
I had a dream last night and I don't think we're too old for adventure and I think we should learn to sail and
But we already decided.
What boat?
The boat that we inherited, that you didn't know about till right this minute, because apparently not everything.
Forget everything. You didn't say anything.
Because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the money.
Oh, I know exactly what you thought. You thought you could bet those stupid horses and I wouldn't know.
Why, Bix, that's a great idea. I never thought of that till right this moment.
I believe I will take myself out to the garage before I lose my temper in front of a guest.
Bixby Chambers, are you happy now?
really.
We already decided to sell the boat. We contracted an agent.
Then we can undecide.
We're too old. We'd fall overboard and drown.
Margie didn't drown. Eugene said she took the boat out all the time.
We don't know that she didn't drown.
She didn't drown.
How did she die?
Heart attack.
Oh,
How did you not know that?
I don't like to know. My knowing doesn't change anything. And I like to remember people the way they lived, not the way they died.
I never knew that about you.
Why would you?
Oh, come on. We've known each other forever. I know everything about you.
Well, I know everything about you too.
Sure you do. Now, can we agree that we're going to keep the boat?
Look, we've tried hobbies, remember? Painting light bulbs, Tai Chi, poetry class, drunk art class, which was, by the way, the only one I half enjoyed.
Just think about it. That's all I'm saying. Please.
I'll think about it.
Yes. Okay, I have to hurry and get home before Asher wakes up and reports his car stolen.
So they decide to keep the boat. But what good's a boat if you can't sail it? Armed with YouTube videos, they head out determined to learn to sail their boat. It doesn't go quite as they'd imagined. At a restaurant after their boating lesson, they're in a lounge having a cocktail while they wait for a table to open up.
So if we decide we want to keep the boat, and by the way, today was certainly no testament to our sea womanship, we can't leave it up north. Where do you think we should dock her? I don't want to leave her at Lake Michigan. We never drive over enough to use her. And keep in mind that using her may mean as a floating patio for drinks. I don't know. I think we should keep her nearby.
I don't know. Maybe you were right. Maybe we should sell it.
What is the matter with you?
Nothing.
Oh, then why are you peeing on my Wheaties? You know, you do this to me always. You nag at me until you want to do it, and then you don't want to do it anymore.
I'm sorry.
Well, sorry doesn't tell me where you want to dock the boat.
Muriel, I have to tell you something.
What's that?
What you said the other day, that we know everything about each other?
Yeah?
Well, you don't.
What are you talking about?
There's something that I know you don't know about, but I think I want to tell you.
What's the matter with you? Are you dying? Do you have cancer? Do I have cancer?
No, it's nothing like that. Just something I want to get off my chest.
Well, okay, go. Tell me your big secret, and whatever it is, $1 million says I already know it.
I'll take a check.
What is it?
Joyce tells Muriel her secret, the secret she's guarded for almost 40 years. Muriel is less than receptive. In fact, they finish their meal in silence. Muriel drives them home. As Joyce gets out of the car, she leans back in for a minute.
Muriel, you're my best friend. I'm supposed to be able to tell you everything.
Well, it seems like that might have come up at some point over the last 30 years.
A week passes. Muriel and Joyce haven't talked. Bix notices Muriel seems down.
What's the matter? Your horse break a leg?
What?
Well, you've been sitting around here for a week, not doing anything but stare at that idiot box.
Was there something I should be doing, Bix? Why don't you tell me exactly what it is you want me to do?
Whoa, hold on, girl. What are you horse whipping me for?
Never mind.
What'd I do?
Nothing. You didn't do anything.
Muriel gets up and gets a towel to wipe the counter, even though it doesn't need wiping.
Do you keep secrets from me, Bix?
Of course I do. If this marriage was built on complete and total honesty, I don't think we'd stand a chance.
Well, that's a hell of an attitude.
What? You don't keep secrets from me?
No.
Bullshit.
Well, not the really important ones.
Sure you do. Everyone does. No one should know everything about anyone. So what's going on? You've been cloudy for a week.
Ironically, I can't tell you.
See? and I'm sure we're the better for it.
Oh, stop being right. I hate when you do that.
Well, at least tell me who you're mad with.
Myself, apparently.
So, after all these years, it's come to this. Can their friendship endure? Muriel and Joyce get a boat, but that's only half the story.